Good evening. If you're into the replay, I'm Lady Cheryl and I'm happy you're here. I don't see anybody in the chat yet. So I'm going to go get me some water and I'll be right back. Looks like we got one person in the chat and it's directly 7 o'clock. So we're early, and that's Karen Witherspoon. Good evening. Happy holiday. Just getting everything all set up. Hi, Debbie Epps. Thank you for being here. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get me some water. Look like Brian and Bria drank all of my cold water in the refrigerator. Let's see what we got. Hey, Dan, good to be here. Lady Bug Palmer, thank you for being here. Thank you, Karen Witherspoon. Had a great day yesterday for my birthday. Hoeing and Sewing Gardening is here. Tommy Hoodstead Garden is here. Hello. Clausen World is in the house. Andrea Lucas from Washington. Let's see. And Miss B. Washington is here. Thank you all very much. I am not going to be here long because I know that some people are still celebrating the holiday. And so, you know, I going to keep the live short tonight, but I didn't want to miss it all together. Hey, I think I spoke to Cynthia's Backyard Gardening and Tips. If I didn't, hello. The girlie is in the house. Miss Quinny's Playroom, how you doing? And I'm going to let you all speak and talk to each other amongst yourselves until I pull up my file. There was a couple of things I want to talk about, but not much. Since it's a holiday, and I just want to look at my notes to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to cover last week. And who won some comfrey last week? Okay, yeah, I covered everything. Hey, Andrea Lucas, thank you. Hey, Bobby Wilson. And Antia is here. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is this. Real briefly, I want to know if you all, Veggie Farm Garden, hello, if you all have noticed some drastic changes in the weather. Natural weather patterns have changed dramatically where I live in Zone 8A, hashtag North Texas, Mesquite to be exact. Hey, Hoyt Robinson, thank you for being here. So now we got a few people that are saying yes, they have noticed some changes in the weather. Antia said things are different. Oh, yes. Anybody else? Noticing different weather patterns. Hoyt Robinson. Okay, so let me share this with you. From now until next Friday, our forecast is upper 80s, lower 90s. We usually are over 100 degrees in July. Something is happening. So that means that what I would normally plant and when I would plant it, or sow the seeds or sow them in the house, all of that is going to change because we've got to go with the flow. We got to go with the weather. Yes, different weather patterns here as well. Hey, Barb Brownlee, it is crazy. We had April, May, June, so much rain that I was battling root rot every day. And I was making videos, and Andrea Lucas says 75, 77 is the normal for us. As you saw last week, we hit, I think it's 100, she was saying. It's crazy. At Home with Cherie, sweet young lady, has a channel, and she's in Minnesota. And they had 100 degrees, I believe, I want to say it was in June. That's a cold area. They don't heat up that quickly, 100 degrees. Detroit, all the Michigan area, some parts of Illinois and Indiana have been close to 100 degrees. Not when they're supposed to. We're supposed to have that. If there's such a thing, we're supposed to. But we usually have 100-degree weather. Tommy's Hood Stair Garden is saying they're close to 100 degrees in South Carolina. I feel like we are getting more rain than usual here in Florida. Yeah, I know. It's just weird. In Michigan, we went through weeks of drought to weeks of just rain. Antia is saying. Yeah, we've been having some crazy, crazy weather patterns. Let me see if I can see better. I'm nearsighted, so I can read better without glasses. The high today in Minnesota, Cherie said it was 95. That's too hot for your area. Somebody said they planted some more okra. It's moving real fast now. Got more people in the house. 12 people hit the like button, 34 people watching. Somebody didn't hit the like button. I would appreciate if you all would do that. So now I am strategically thinking about how I'm going to plant my garden. Tommy Hoodstead said they're facing a drought right now. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It rained again here today. It's been raining off and on just a little. But we got a whole lot of rain Saturday. The 4th was Sunday. Saturday it rained a whole lot. Unusual amount of rain. But it was a good type of rain, so I'm not going to complain because it was a lot of rain at night, and then that morning it was a slow, steady, soaking rain, which is really, really good for the food forest. Hi, if the truck stopped rolling. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Stinky Puddle Ranch. I love your name. I say it all the time. And thank you. I had a wonderful birthday. Thank you so much, Ann. So, yeah. So we've got to really think. I jumped the gun and said I wasn't going to start seeds for brassicas. But when I come back from vacation around the 1st of August, I probably will start some. I'm not really sure unless the weather pattern changes again and we are over 100 degrees. It's going to be difficult to get them in the ground in time to keep them from bolting. Okay? So, yeah. A lot of people are re-strategizing. I want to be, because right now is the time that we are supposed to be, tomatoes are ripening before they get mature. Wow, oh wait. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. But do we throw in the towel? No. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So we just have to work around the weather patterns and just do the best that we can. Okay, but I did decide after I took inventory of my preserving pantry that I had more tomatoes left from last year than I thought I did, already canned into pasta sauce, into just chopped tomatoes, stewed tomatoes. Thank you, Whole New Perspective. I'm glad you caught us live too. So I have more tomatoes than I normally would have around this time of year in the pantry, and I have a freezer full of what I harvested this year. So I probably am not going to grow as many tomatoes that I normally do, and see if I can squeeze in some more green beans. So I'm going to make modifications in what I plant. Now this year, I'm not playing. As far as trees, bushes, and vines are concerned, I'm trying a few new additions. You all know I lost a lot of stuff in the big freeze in February, but I'm not going to dwell on that negativity. But I've been blessed to replace a lot that I lost. So I'm trying some new varieties, a grapefruit. I think it's plumerio or something like that. A Lisbon lemon, and one, I had the improved Meyer lemon before. And I'm trying gooseberries, red gooseberries, and blackberries. I made those additions, and of course, a couple of cherry trees. Hi, Birdie, how you doing? And so, yeah, I'm taking a chance on those, starting something new. But this gardening season, I'm growing for me, because I wore myself out last year growing the emergency garden and giving free food. Yeah, T, I got it from Stark Brothers. It's an Asian name. I can't think of it right now, but I will share it in my next video. I'll probably drop it tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday. You know how I do. And I'll share it with you. I shared it before, but they were dry. They were bare rooted and had no foliage on it. So now they're greening up. And so I'll share that with you, because I'm going to pot up a larger pot. So I'm taking these next 3 weeks, and I am going to try to get everything situated for me to take a little vacation and not have a lot of maintenance in the garden. So, hey, Canadian Proud, Get Outdoors. Good to see you. Thank you for the birthday well wish. So I'll be sharing with you how I'm getting my garden ready for no maintenance, a little maintenance, or no maintenance at all while I'm gone. So if it rains in one of those days that I'm gone, then I won't have to have anybody come over and water. And if it doesn't, we'll play it by ear, depending on the temperature. So I'll be sharing all the things that I do to leave my food forest. Thank you, live from the ground. I think that's what I read. And when I say thank you, guys, hey, Catherine, Garden and Home, LWS, thank you so much for being here. And so when I say thank you, somebody's either wishing me happy birthday or they're telling me that I look nice today. And who doesn't like to get a compliment, but I don't want to keep drawing attention to myself. Well, if I'm doing a live, I'm already having attention. And that reminds me, when I come in your live, I mentioned it last week, but I want to mention it again. When I come into your live, I am not wanting to be one of your spokespeople. You know how a lot of people extend the invitation for, I believe it's StreamYard or YardStream, and they can click on that link and get on. I'm not doing that for anybody unless I'm being asked ahead of time. And so that leads me to, it's a great segue. I'm asking you all tomorrow to please come check out Best Yet Journey. Everybody knows Lydia. And she asked me if she could feature me on her Whoop Whoop talk show tomorrow. Now, I don't want to give the wrong time out, but go over there and set a, what do you call it? When they let you know ahead of time. I forgot the word. It just escapes me. So that I don't give the wrong time because I'm in a different time zone than her. But we're going to have like a little chat, and she's featuring me tomorrow. Thank you, Andale, for putting the Whoop Whoop Show up. And if you can, would you put the link? Hey, Gene Dudley, if you can, would you please put the link, and Dale or Tommy, in either one of the moderators. And if both of you put it up, notification. Thank you, Antia. YouTube will notify you right when like a few minutes before the show is going to come on. And I know that Lydia at Best Yet Journey is a very creative person. And I know that she's doing the right thing. Everybody has to find their little niche. And some people have more than one niche. And hey, Peanut Pepper. And Lydia is one of those people that God has blessed with a lot of gifts. Hi, Cece. Thank you for being here. She has a lot of gifts, and I admire her for using them. And some people who don't use their gifts and their talents mock the people. I'm going to say it, like me and Lydia and a lot of you all in here. Tommy comes to mind. At Home with Cherie comes to my mind. And if I didn't call your name, I'm not saying you don't have a lot of gifts. I'm 67. I can't think of everybody right now. But don't be afraid to use your gifts that God has blessed you with. And don't hang around people that don't support or encourage you to use your gifts and your talents. I do believe if you don't use it, you can lose it. Okay? I was going to tell you the story ran across my mind that I said, I shouldn't take, because both of these people are dead. They passed away. Very talented geniuses. Prince and Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson said he had a hard time sleeping. And somebody asked him why. And he said he couldn't sleep because if he slept, he wouldn't get the blessing that the Lord was going to give him for a song, and he'll give it to Prince. I just thought that was cute and funny. But don't sleep on your blessings. And getting back to Lily, let's support our own. Let's support our fellow members of this. Hello, Angela, of the gardening community. Please go over there and check her out tomorrow. And not just because I'm on tomorrow night. Check her out every Tuesday and support her. And this is what I do. If I'm busy making products or filling orders, I will jump in and let the people know I'm listening. Ladybug says she remembered Michael Jackson saying that. Yeah. And let the people know that you're there to support, even if you can't stay a long time or stay the whole time, or you might be listening. I've had a lot of people to tell me that they were listening to my replay while they were working outside, and it motivated them. And it'll also motivate Lily as well, and let her know that she doesn't need to ever, ever, ever dim her light. Let it shine. I saw her do sipping painting. I didn't see her really sipping anything, but she was painting. She's very talented. So don't limit what you can do. Use all of the talent that God has blessed you with. And I hope somebody in this live, yes, Catherine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I hope somebody in this live tonight received what the Lord put on my heart to tell you. Don't dumb yourself down. Don't dim your light. Let it shine. Okay? So if there's some things that you are thinking about doing, but you don't know how you're going to be received, don't worry about what other people say, about what other people do. If you're in this chat tonight and you're wondering if you should start a YouTube channel, Start your YouTube channel. I try to encourage you all every week. I don't care how shy you may think you are or how much you may think you don't know. Start your channels. If it's nothing but a blog or a vlog, does that say that right, guys? It's VLOG, but people say blog. To let your children and your grandchildren see what you're doing. Those of you that have been with me for a while, you can see the maturity in Brian and Bria. You want to know what I was doing at 8:30, 9 o'clock last night? I was on the phone with Bria and Brian watching the fireworks because you could see them. Because I came home, I left the house a little bit early. I started getting a little tired. And because I did a lot of work. Said I was going to rest, but I didn't. And thank you, Growing with Hudson. So I left right before it got dark, and Bria calls. Bria can use Brian's phone like a grown-up. She can do more things with that phone than some grown-up people can do. And she let me know the fireworks were starting, and she could see them upstairs in her window, and we started watching them together. And then Brian told her that it was better in his room, and I saw all the fireworks, and it was just really a beautiful experience. Getting back to what I was saying, I'm going to tie this all in. Bria can videotape like a grown person. And I'm sure if her dad or I showed her, or mom, how to edit, she probably can really do that too. So if you see these talents in your children and your grandchildren, who is that? Angela's Busy Bee Garden and Homestead, her little granddaughter Ava. I've been watching her about 3 years now, maybe 2. She's really growing up. You're instilling the love of gardening, and they raise chickens, they bake bread, they have their own business at the farmer's market. She's teaching her young granddaughter how to be an entrepreneur. It's a beautiful thing. So use your talents, teach the young people, and don't let your light shine. Yes, the children shall lead us. Teach them while they're young, so that when they get old, they won't depart, Catherine. You know I know. I may not say the scriptures verbatim, but I've been in church all my life. That's all I know. And I let my light shine. I don't care who think I know too much, or I come across as being arrogant because they don't know the difference between confidence and arrogance. My background is teaching Sunday school, youth director, being out front in the audience, singing solos, singing with a professional group, owning a hair salon, teaching cosmetology, lecturing, teaching student instructors how to become instructors for the whole corporation. So I can't help but be confident, and it shows. But I'm not arrogant. I don't know everything. And I have to be careful. There's some people I can comment on your videos when I want to help you, or I might say email me because I don't want to say too much in the comments. And there's some people that will ask for help and then turn on you. So I have to be very careful because I'm so used to helping and showing people to do things better that sometimes it can tick them off a little bit. So I hold back, and I unless they specifically ask, and then thank you, hands in the dirt, and then I will say, for example, I'm going to talk about my nephew, Broke Farmer 76. He harvested some corn, and he's doing a wonderful job. You guys know that he is learning a lot, and he's doing a lot for our community by having the platform for all of you all to get on there and express how you feel, and he showcases a whole lot of people. Personally, I think he can have a talk show 2 platform. And he was harvesting corn, and the corn wasn't populated that much. It looked like it was missing teeth, you know, kernels in the corn. And he used a really good thumbnail to catch your attention when you were scrolling by to see if you want to watch his video or not. And he said something about what did he do wrong, and I answered him. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Sparse corn, like missing teeth. And I knew I could answer him and tell him without him getting an attitude. Because you can just read people. Because he tell you every week during his live chat, I may not know everything, but I'm learning. And we in this together. But there's some people, yes, Broke Farmer, CC, Retreat, yes. He has what it takes. He's just a natural. And a lot of you all are. But sometimes you think that you're not until you see yourself. And you go back and you watch your videos from a year and how much ago and how much you have accomplished and how much you have obtained knowledge. So always, always vote for yourself. Get out there. Thank you so much, Andale. I appreciate you. So get out there and make those videos. Start your content now. Then you slowly will have built up the confidence that you need to keep doing them and improving. And then before you know it, you'll be monetized. Did you guys know that I did not know nothing about monetization when I started making videos? I didn't get monetized until the COVID-19. I was making videos 5 years before that. I was just doing it because I had a longing to still instruct because I had retired. Yeah, so get out there and try it, guys, and don't dim your light. I'm moving on. I hope I finished everything I wanted to say in that segment. I don't think I need to repeat myself. I think everybody got it. So I'm going to start a little early because it is the holiday, and I'm going to go on and take some of your questions. Okay? Hey, Bobby Wilson, thank you for being here. How many of you have allergies? I have the air conditioner on, and it's it's on 69, so it's kind of cold, but I still have to have a lot of air. And the pollen and everything that you have, please continue to share with, let me go back. The fan stirs it around, and then it gets mine. Oh, thank you. I think that's Home with Cherie. 95 today. No, she's saying something else. Tia says she heard about the climate was projected to change drastically in Michigan, but she didn't think that much. Let me go back. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Canadian Proud. I really helped somebody hold perspective with their green beans. Thank you for the birthday wish. Oh, that makes me feel good. And Dale put the YouTube channel for Best Yet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you so much. I'll help anybody. Now, the person I want to talk about tonight is Angela's Busy Bee. Thank you, Catherine. I think that was Catherine. Busy Bee's Garden. You all know peanut peppers lost almost everything when they had that, really, really bad storm, right? And Angela's Busy Bee's Garden, somebody called her, a nursery, called her and said, they're getting ready to throw some plants out, and the plants look good, you all. If you didn't watch her video, you need to go watch it. And I love the fact that they called her and told her come and get what she wanted. And I don't know the name of the person, but the thought crossed my mind, and it was my birthday, and I forgot to contact Angie. And I thought about peanut pepper because a lot of the pepper plants that he used to make his pepper jelly and his seasoning, especially the real hot ones, he lost a lot of them. He was having a difficult time getting some to germinate, and some of the seeds weren't what they were supposed to be and stuff like that. Anyway, I forgot who it was, but they contacted Angela on her comments and told her, those ghost peppers and those real hot peppers is what peanut pepper was looking for. Do you know, she went back there the next day. I think she called him. They told him, yeah, it was okay to come on in first thing in the morning. And she got him some peppers, plants, and she's sending them to him. That's how great our community is, guys. You can live in a completely different part of the country, or you could be close, and you could come to some brother in need. So let's all help each other. Let's not bicker. Let's have fun in this gardening community. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for no bull crap, okay? And I stay out of controversy. It was Jack. I think that's Peanut is in the house. It was Jack Geeky Gardner. Yes, that told her. Thank you, Peanut. Jack Geeky Gardner told Angela, I know somebody that need those pepper plants. So she's going to pack them up well. And even if they get a little bit big Peanut, I know you know how to handle it. I know you know how to take them leaves off, chop them up, and they'll still grow. As long as that root system is real good, I know you know what to do. Okay. So, yeah, Angela is the bomb. And guess what hands in the dirt? Guess who's her mentor? She was watching me before she even started making YouTube videos. I'm not ready to cry. I don't know why. But to see that you mentor somebody and see them kicking butt and taking names with her crops and selling them, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. Okay. Thank you, Joy, for the birthday wish and a birthday gift. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, you will not go wrong at home with Cherie checking out Angela. Somebody, one of my moderators, please, please, please put Angela's YouTube channel up. Put up peanut peppers. One of the moderators or both of you can put it up because this will be on here. This will be what they call published. And you can go back later. Because I'm asking you if you have some pepper seeds to send them to Peanut Pepper and support these channels. Okay, I'm ready for your questions. Whatever you want to talk about is what we're going to talk about now. Miss B. Washington says, congratulations. Oh, complete another trip around the sun. That's cute. That's cute. She's talking about the birthday. Okay. I don't think I've heard it like that before. If I have, I forgot. Okay. Anybody have a question? I don't see anything in all caps. If you put it in before, go ahead and put it in right now where I can get it. Trying to stay cool. That's what we're here for, Peanut. Hey, Myra McCain. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Jean Dudley. My bell pepper is not producing. Only got one. Could it be too hot? I live in Central Florida. No. No, you might need some more nutrients. Bell peppers usually do good in the heat. It's one of the 5 things that I continue to grow all through even 106, 107 degrees. You know, that's a heat index of about 115. So no, I recommend that you give it some compost or compost tea, grass clipping tea, worm castings tea, and of course, if you've got comfrey, excuse me, that is my magic. That's my liquid gold. You all know that I don't buy any fertilizer anymore. Now, let me stop. I buy citrus fertilizer for my trees. It's all natural, organic. I get it off of Amazon. I buy garden lime because I can't get enough calcium when I'm growing tomatoes. And of course, you know, I buy worm castings. I buy azomite rock dust. I used to buy mycorrhizal fungi and biochar, but I don't do that anymore. But all these other little fertilizers, I don't use them. I'm going to show you tomorrow or Wednesday how I begin, and I already have a video on it, how I make my liquid comfrey fertilizer. I'm showing you how I cut it down, put it in the container, and let it ferment. Then I'll bring you part 2 when I come back from vacation and show you again how I dilute it. But you don't have to wait until then. You can just look at my playlist for fertilizers. It's in there. But maybe if I say things a different way this time, more people will understand the importance of using raw materials that you grow and discard to build up your soil. I'm not spending a whole lot of money like I used to, unless it's something like concrete blocks or a delivery fee or, you know, something new. But as far as, and soil, I will admit, I might spend a little bit more than the average person. I saw somebody making soil up the other day, and that's good. If you are young, if you are under 60 years old, and you don't mind mixing up vermiculite, peat, moss, or perlite, topsoil, and those other things for drainage, and some other compost in there, and you don't mind mixing all that up. Thank you, Growing with Hudson. That's fine, but I've gotten too old to be doing that. So I buy what's on sale. Usually I get Vigoro. I might not even be saying that right, but it's in the blue container. It's for potty mix. And then I mix that with compost, so I don't have to be doing all that carrying and bending and all of that. It's just too much for me. So that's why I grow from seeds, because I save so much money on seeds and collecting seeds that I can spend a little bit more on the soil to keep my shoulders and back and knees from getting all tired out, you know. So, do what you can, do what you need to do. Because you can go like Tommy. She goes and get those busted bags, stuff that I used to do. But I haven't been going in stores that much since the pandemic. And even though I've got my vaccines, I still don't go. Okay? So, just giving you an idea. But I will buy starts. And I'm not knocking nobody that buys starts. I'm just saying, to me, it's more fulfilling when I see this from seed to the plate and see all the changes in between. It's just a beautiful thing. And I can start more and grow more varieties than I ever can by buying a start. But I will buy starts on sale. I bought some herbs. I bought some flowers. Hello. Thank you, CC. I appreciate you. I will buy some starts. Don't get me wrong. When they're on sale for $1, or they're something like stevia that I had a problem with growing from seeds, and I could get 3 plants. At least my friend bought me 3 plants for $10. But I'd rather start through seeds and spend money on other things. Okay? So somebody said they moved to Minnesota. I think that might have been Cherie. In the winter of 2019, Antia and I lived there. Oh, she's talking to Antia. She lived there for 10 years. Somebody said Andrea Lucas, she broke down and bought peppermint and stevia in the mail. Lowe's usually carries stevia in my area. Check the next year if you're looking again. Hoeing and Sewing says she loves starting from seeds, but I agree that it is totally okay to buy starts. Yeah, it's okay. Do whatever you need to do to grow you some food. Save in areas where you can. Like I said, I save with the seeds, then I buy the soil premix so I don't have to do it anymore. I used to make it, but it's too much on my body. And then when I say I'm sore, I'm hurting, then my kids fuss at me. You know? So, and they love me, and that's why they're fussy. Okay, I think about moving to a lower climate zone because her husband is tired of the snow, but right now with the climate change, she doesn't know. You never know what's going to happen. I know my son-in-law was saying that, what if we get the same type of winter next year that we got this winter with the freeze and everything? So we're all just going to be ready with generators, solar panels, whatever. My children told me don't even worry about all that stuff. They're going to come and get me and my babies. So they got trucks, so they're going to have to load up my tropical trees and take them inside the house. Okay. Okay. I see Growing with Hudson is speaking to everyday life of an OCD chick, so I'm speaking to you here. And then I see that Joy, Gardening and Contest with Joy, is speaking to Nikki, so I'm going to speak to you too. I didn't see you guys come in. Okay, I'm still ready for questions, guys. Wow. Okay, what is the best? Oh, here it is. Barb Brownlee wanted to know, what is the best way to get rid of Japanese beetles eating my new Alberta peach tree leaves, roses, and hibiscus bush? Now, what I'm going to say might sound a little weird, but I know it's true. Japanese beetles are a little slow. You can reach up and pick them up. And if you miss, they'll still move a little bit out of the way, but still right there for you to pick them up again. Those of you that are squeamish, I saw Bull. I forgot the name of his channel, but he took a styrofoam plate with, I don't think he had anything in it. He just swiped them up and put them in a bucket that he had soapy water. He might have had neem oil in it too, but dish soap will work. Okay? So if you live in an area where it's real hot, you can't be spraying a lot of stuff on your plants. Now, I did see my nephew, Broke Farmer 76, order a organic product. I think it's, when it says OMRI, it's considered good for organic gardening or organic or natural. And it had Spinoza in it. You might want to check his channel out and see. Okay. Somebody was saying something. Hands in the dirt. I love the challenge of growing fruit seeds and the varieties, but I would buy stalks. It's something I want right now. That's right. Okay. Yeah, but you can just knock them into a cup. Somebody's saying that. Canadian Proud. It's really true. I'll just pick them up and put them in a cup with Dawn dish soap and kill them. The ones that I get, they're a little slow up here. Because I'll reach for it like this. I'll reach for it, and it'll hop over here, and I'll just go right back and pick it up and put it in the cup. I'm going like, he didn't even fly away. And it's the truth. So you have to go, I think it was Myra McCain, go out there every day and try to catch them, okay? Go out there with you a soapy cup of water. Because if you put out those little traps for Japanese beetles, it has something in it that's chemically, they smell it and they come, right? But you might get all your neighbors' beetles too. So I don't believe in using those type of things. We got a jar with the lid with water and neem oil and it helps. Yeah, just drop it in there. But if you spray a lot of neem oil on your leaves this time of year, they're going to fry. I don't recommend any oil over 85 degrees outside because it builds up like shellac on wood and it will fry. How do I know? I fried a lot of leaves, especially on my trees. And then you can have something in your garden that they like that you can use as a sacrificial plant. The longer you garden in the same place, you know. For example, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's true. Squash bugs, the ones that I deal with, like my sunflowers. But they don't damage them that much, just the leaves. So I just let them stay there. I don't keep spraying and spraying on the sunflower. In fact, mine grew 15 to 20 feet tall this spring, so I just let them go. And when I was cutting the sunflowers down, I started cutting the squash bugs. Even though I wasn't growing any squash this year. Grew it last year. So the eggs and stuff are still in the soil. Okay. Brampton Gardner said that she's okay, but the weather got hot and muggy. Debbie Evans said she blasts the beetles with water. Yeah, you can do that, Debbie, but it won't drown them. And that's what I do for aphids. The water will actually drown the aphids. But you can't drown the beetle. It'll float around in the water and keep going. That's why you put soap water. Now, if you want to drown them with one of those things that you add to your hose and have some soap, dish soap or something like that, that would be good. Okay, at home with Cherie says, given the heat we have, I'm thinking about starting my fall crops indoors where it's coolest. What do you think? Yes. And then you put a shade cloth on them. I do it all the time. And I start them off inside. Then sometimes I'll take them outside to harden them off under a shade cloth. And then sometimes it gets too hot, I'll bring them back in the house. So you can't be real rigid with it, Cherie. You just got to play it by ear and change with the temperature. Yeah. See, in my case, every time I try to start cauliflower, broccoli, what's the other one? Cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage. They will start bolting before they form heads because it's so hot. So I said I was going to buy, you're welcome. So I said I was going to buy starts. But now, if the weather stays like it is right now, if it stays between upper 80, low 90s, I can go ahead on and start them. But no matter what time I bring them outside, they try to bolt. So I don't know. I got to play it by ear. I got to catch it. So I grow all year long. However, I do, if I feel I'm having an issue, for example, with nematodes, I will take a couple of months and solarize a bed with 6 mil greenhouse plastic and take everything out the bed except the society garlic. And I'll solarize that bed and give it a rest. And while I'm using some other beds. But I grow food inside the greenhouse and outside 365 days of the year. So if I'm resting one bed in the greenhouse, I'll use the other garden bed. If I'm solarizing one bed outside, I'll use the other garden bed. Somebody said they don't take their brassicas out until October. That's good, but after I harvest everything in August and September, I won't have hardly anything growing if I wait until October. So I like to get mine out a little earlier, and then I put an insect netting on them and then a shade cloth. So, but you do what you need to do for you. I understand. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for a question. Cherie says her season ends in October. Yeah, you all start getting a whole lot of snow. Cherie, but you still can grow carrots. They can take like 5 below zero. Pretty soon I will start having in the lives about around October, I'll start talking about the lowest temperature certain foods can take. So collards, most kale, and carrots can take and cabbage can take a real low temperature, Cherie. And now that you've got the greenhouse, you got it made. You could grow all those in the greenhouse. So your season won't end this year in October. That's right. Thinking about growing them in grow bags and then moving them into the greenhouse. But keep in mind, if you're going to put any tropical trees in there, it might be a little bit too warm. I'm telling you what I did, what I messed up. Okay? I put beets and carrots in a bed, and then I was trying to keep 40 degrees in the greenhouse, and I didn't need to do that. And they didn't grow as well as the ones that were outside with no heat. And Dale says she never had a fall garden. We are trying this year, but no clue when to start. And Dale, what's your grow zone, please? Let's put it at the bottom real quick. If you're in 8A, you can start when I start. If you're in 7, you can start when Broke Farmer 76 starts. Oh, you're right there with me. You're in North Carolina. You start when I start. Okay? All right. How do you keep mice out of your compost pile? Oh, this is a really, really good one. 2 abundant acres. You keep rats and mice out of your compost by putting what they don't eat. No dairy, no meat, no oil, no cooked pasta, rice, that type of thing. Only browns and greens, spent plants, leaves, paper, eggshells that are rinsed out and nuked or either in the microwave or the stove, banana peels, all kinds of food scraps, and you layer that. If you have some pots that you were growing food in, like greens or tomatoes or whatever, you can put that soil in there too. Just layer it like a lasagna, okay? Now, when I say paper, I'm talking about paper towel, tea bags, coffee liners, that thing, newspaper that don't have color print in it, mail, flyers, things that don't have slick chemicals on them, that have a sheen on them. As long as you do that, and we can talk about that one week. Let me write this down, composting. I put it on this topic to discuss. I can't find my mouse. Okay, so I got it. And we'll talk more. But I just gave you a real quick lesson. Shredded newspaper, mail in your compost. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Bernie. As long as it's not colored. You can use phone books. You can use tree branches, twigs, wood chips. But you got to layer your green with your brown. But no oil. In other words, don't cook some spaghetti and throw it in the compost. You can have all the mice in the area come in. Okay? You can take the water that you cook pasta in, as long as it doesn't have any olive oil. Thank you so much, Abundant Acres. 2 Abundant Acres. You can take your bacon grease and put it in. You see what I'm saying? You can take peanut butter sandwich and put those rimlets in there. You just can't do it. Okay? So, as long as you don't put things in your compost that rodents like, you won't have them. Unless they're starving and they can't find any food anywhere. Now, they're going to come. You keep that brown paper out of the Amazon boxes. Yes, Andrea Lucas, I almost got up and showed you because I got my Whole Foods order today. And they wrap that paper that keeps it cold for your frozen stuff, and your fresh stuff. I keep all of that. And by the way, guys, of those of you that are ordering my products, my peanuts, my packing peanuts can go in your compost or straight in your garden beds. They're biodegradable. They're made out of a starch plant product. Okay? Yeah. I was just thinking one night, I said, I don't need to be sending out those little styrofoam peanuts. And then I found some. So that's what I use. Anybody know what a hugelkultur is? You know my prayer garden. You remember I started all those leaves and, Angela's here. Yeah, we were talking about her. You have to go back and watch the replay for the first 45 minutes, Angela, and you'll see how everybody really feel about you. If you ever feel like giving up, go back and watch this video and you'll know a lot of people admire what you're doing. Yes, ma'am. And what was I saying? Come on, somebody help me. The styrofoam peanuts. Yeah, and I was thinking, I'm making all natural and essential oils and all this kind of stuff. And then hugelkultur. Thank you to Abundant Acres. And then I am packing stuff and shipping it off in stuff that's not biodegradable. So I changed that. Thank you, Antia. So, guys, February 3rd, we had the big freeze. February, whatever it was, it got down to 3 degrees. I had 13 banana plants, including the pups. And they all died back, and I thought they were gone. So I used that and all of the other dead plants, the lemon tree, the lime tree, blah, 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 blah. I put them all at the bottom, and then I put used soil on some plants, perennials that had died, and I put them there, and the banana stuff was just like, you know how you make banana water and it's just slime? That was all at the bottom, and all the other good stuff was at the top. And I've been telling you all, I'm getting more and more banana plants, right? First it was like 3, then it was 5, and I was just so excited. I'm going, oh my God. What's for you is for you. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. I don't care how cold they got, those pups just started coming up. Do you all know that I counted 21, do you hear me? 21 pups is growing in that prayer garden, and it's crushing everything out, smothering everything out with all those roots. So the prayer garden may have to be either expanded or moved. I don't know, or some of the pups are going to have to go. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm praying over it. And since I know all of them are pups, and they're not going to produce any bananas this year, I got to do what I got to do because some of them are too close. So I'm going to have to get in there and with a machete and shovel and start dividing them and putting them in different pots and locating them in different places in the food forest. But I counted 21. It almost made me cry when I saw that many. I mean, I'm almost doubled what I had. And I was so sad, guys. I was so sad when I lost all that stuff that I lost. But it's okay, because I was blessed to get it all back. Yeah, and more. Okay. All right, so the hugelkultur is a mound that you make out of green and brown material. You can use big logs. When you're pruning a tree or you're having a tree cut down, you can start it with that. And it holds a lot of water. And all of that, yes, it's been Antia, but God is so good. It's been one heck of a year. So you put all these logs and all this green material and it'll all break down and it will hold water and you don't have to water it as much, okay? So that's what a hugelkultur is. It's free form. And you can put logs or bricks or blocks or something around it to try to hold the soil in. But basically when you have all those uneven logs and you put in the green and the soil and everything, it's gonna all break down together. So it was looking, somebody on YouTube told me it looked like a grave. And I said, thank you, that's the look I was going for. But I wasn't. But I'm one of those people that you can't tick off. Because I'll just make, if you, I'm like a comedian, when you start heckling a comedian, I'll just come back with a comeback. So they said, that looks like a grave. I said, thank you, that's the look I was going for. But I knew, because I've done several of them at the back of my fence, where I now have my pawpaw trees growing. And that's a low area that would go down like that. I just started making hugelkulturs back there. And it started breaking down and really made that soil real rich. So I've just cleared an area where I'm going to dig up some comfrey root. And that's what I'm going to be giving to you guys, those that win it, those in my Facebook group. Just send me postage. And I'm going to put some trees back there where those hugelkulturs broke down and turned that soil to black gold. Okay, so that's what a hugelkultur is. All right. Now, adding food scraps directly to your raised garden beds. A lot of people do that. The young lady, I saw your name, but it moves so quick. I'm sorry. You can do that. And some people take a really wide diameter PVC pipe when they're making their beds, and they throw those scraps in that big pipe and water it. They put worms in it. I mean, a lot of, you can do a lot of things with that. But I don't. I have put unposted material at the bottom of a container. I may have done a garden bed. I'm not really sure. I don't remember doing one. Okay. What about adding scraps directly to your raised garden bed? 2 acres, I would do it at the bottom, but I wouldn't put it at the top. I have done it with my fruit trees. I have pushed the wood chips back and put unposted material there and cover the wood chips back. And by the way, the video that I'm going to drop, I'm going to show you how Brian and I chop and drop comfrey. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we chop and drop comfrey in containers and on the ground where the fruit trees are. And then I'm also going to show you how I ferment, how I get it together to make it ferment. And I'm going to show you some things that I do to help my food forest in the heat. Make sure I have comfrey seeds and water in the refrigeration. I have nickel seeds. Okay, now that's not the comfrey that I grow. True comfrey, Russian blocking 14 comfrey, you can't grow it from a seed. In fact, it makes flowers and seeds and they're sterile. Oh, okay, tell her I said hi. Thank you, Tia. Yes. But you can buy different types of comfrey, because I bought some off eBay seeds. But it's not the one that I recommend. It's not the one that has the real deep tap root that goes way down deep in the earth and pull out nutrients that other plants and other types of comfrey can't produce. But I'm not saying it's not good. But if you want the best, you'll get Russian blocking 14. And no matter how small of a cutting you get, a cutting this big will grow. How do you know? That's what I bought and that's what I rooted. Every winter in the greenhouse, I root some comfrey. And then when the spring comes, we push some of the wood chips back around the trees and we put them in there. Growing in my bed where I have 2 pear trees is comfrey inside of the bed. So we can just chop and drop it right there. And then I can chop and drop close to where trees are in the ground. So I'm trying to work smarter and not harder. Okay. What about adding? Oh, I did that. Adding the food scraps directly. Okay, so are there any other questions? Somebody advertising a book? Let me see. Oh, you're talking about piano lessons. Okay. Jean Dudley said her comfrey is growing. Very good. And Jean, when it's time for you to cut it down, just leave about that much of it still growing. It'll all come back. You're going to see where I just chopped it down. A straight little path. And I guarantee you in 3 weeks, I'm going to show you the same area and it's going to be back. Over 12 inches tall. Okay, are there any more questions? This is amazing that Sheila Willa is asking this question because I'm talking about it more in my video tomorrow. She want to know, do I deadhead my coneflowers? Some of them I do and some of them I don't. Some of them I let them just die on the ground and I put wood chips over them for the winter and then they just come back. I do, however, deadhead marigolds and you'll see me actually do it. And I'll show you how I let them reseed. Because I have 2 crops of marigolds and zinnias. I have one that I start in the house in January and take out by March. And then when they die back, I let them reseed or I assist them in reseeding. And then I have them up until the first time it gets 32 degrees. Lisa says she just started growing coneflowers from seeds. Yeah, I got a nice little patch of coneflowers. They're beautiful. And I'm starting them in different areas of the food forest. They really bring the pollinators. And the comfrey Russian blocking 14 will too. It'll bring a lot of bees to the yard. Okay, if there aren't any questions, I'm going to end the live early. So I think that's it. Okay, well guys, you know that I love you. You know that God loves you too. You know that I always say this, grow your own, eat your own. It's not hard, you can do it. As you get older, try to start elevating things off of the ground so you won't be bending over too much with your knees and your back, okay? And I bought a copy of the book of Grow a Little Fruit Tree. Yes, I've been eating nectarines every morning. And I can't get the ones that are real high, and I'm not going to even try. I have a ladder, but I'm not going to get on the ladder. Nobody's here. But I was reading that book again this morning, and I'm going to cut that tree down to about 7 feet. I'm not going to keep growing real tall fruit trees that I'm not going to be able to enjoy. So I got this book, I bought it in 2018 off of eBay. I'm telling you, it is worth your money. Stark Brothers even have it on their website. They highly recommend it. And if you look right here, you see this lady. This is an apple tree. And look how short she has that tree. And look at that gray hair that she has. She's not going to be standing on a ladder trying to harvest this fruit. And I mean, it is loaded with fruit. That's what I'm getting ready to do. All of my trees are going down shorter, except for a couple that I'll use for a canopy. Thank you all so much. Somebody just said they have this at the library. Check it out. Good night, everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you back on next Monday night. And don't forget, go over and click on the link and check out Best Yet's Whoop Whoop show tomorrow. Okay? And I'll be her featured guest tomorrow. And at the end of her TV show, she asked for you all to ask questions. And I'll be answering questions over there too. Good night, everybody. Love you. Take care. Bye now.